Well, hello everybody, it is Kyle here with Unboxed Autos, and today I'm very excited to bring to you the 2022 Bentley Bentayga S. Now we're going to go ahead and give you a full walk around of the vehicle. We're going to talk about the engine, what's under the hood, the technology, the styling, and then after we're done outside, we're going to go ahead and get on the inside, talk about all of the luxurious features inside that really make this vehicle so special. And then we're going to take it out on the road for a test drive as well. Now, this is the Bentayga S. This is an all-new model for 2022. Now, this sits just below the Bentayga Speed, which is the 12-cylinder Bentayga. Then there's the Bentayga S, and there's the regular Bentayga as well as a hybrid Bentayga. Now, obviously, Bentley knows this is one of their best-selling models. It's the SUV. It's the most practical. It's also one of the most affordable vehicles in their portfolio. And we're going to go ahead now and take a quick look here at the front of the vehicle at some special Bentayga S styling points. We have, first off, these incredibly beautiful headlamps. I mean, these guys right here, they look phenomenal. Just, looking at them, they look almost like a diamond inside. They're so pretty to look at. And around the outside, around the bezel here, it's done in black. So the Bentayga S is the sporty version. It's the sportiest Bentayga. So they've done things with the chassis. It's 15% more rigid in sport mode, so you get, that more aggressive handling and characteristics of that. So it's sportier when you're driving. Now, we also have this blacked out grille. I think it looks really nice. We have the front view camera right there. We have 360-degree view camera. We have some sensors up here. We have this lower front fascia. We have lots of air intake right here. We have the lower air intake here. And it's all done in this nice black trim. So again, sportier looking than a regular Bentayga with, chrome. Now, coming around the side, we also have distance guided cruise control. So we have some sensors in here for that as well. Stepping around to the side, now these are equipped with probably P0 tires. These are the 22-inch wheels. Really think these wheels look super cool. I love the two-tone element. We have the black and polished silver there. Really large brakes. This is obviously a very heavy vehicle with lots of power, so we're able to go ahead and stop relatively quickly with these giant disc brakes here. They also say Bentley on the side, and yeah, they look really cool. Definitely nice showpiece. This right here is done in black as well. Just a little styling piece, pretty standard for the Bentayga to get this styling piece right here. It looks nice again, done in black. There's not a ton of different things that really tell you it's an S model other than some of those subtle features, but we do get a Bentayga S badging right down here. We also have this black panel down here as well, and then a low splitter down here on the side, which is also done in black. So, tying in nice darker elements, which generally, we equate to a sportier ride. So we got that going on here. So real quick though, I'm gonna go ahead and open up the inside just because I want you guys to get a nice look here at the beautiful stitching. I'm gonna step in front and so you guys can just see here the beautiful stitching. I mean, this is a hand-built vehicle overall. And we also have the premium name sound system right here. So on this, guys, this is one of the best sound systems ever. It's driven by a 1,920 watt 21 channel amplifier. It's again specifically made for Bentley by name. And it has a 300 watt subwoofer in the back and 20 speakers, which include 9 combined mid-range and tweeter. So it's an extremely advanced sound system and really is one of the best sound systems in any SUV. So you get that incredible sound, mix that with this beautiful door panel with all this nice accent stitching everywhere, combined with this piano finish trim. It's really nice. It's very luxurious. And of course, we have soft closed doors. So as we close the door, it will close the rest of the way. So, it's not too loud or anything like that. Now, we're going to go ahead. It's really actually pretty spacious. So I'm going to show you guys here. I'm 5'10". The seat is set for me at 5'10". So really lots of space, honestly. It's very comfortable back here, and it has some stadium seating, so the back sits up just a little bit higher to give you a nicer, more comfortable view of the road. We have some mirror air vents right here and right there. We also have a premium package, which gives us a little tablet in the back to control things like the sunshade, heated, cooled seats, which are in the rear here on this particular model. So nice touches like that. So very spacious, very practical, and that's what I think is appealing about the Bentayga to a lot of people. You get that Bentley charm, the customizability, but also, again, it's it's 4-door, family vehicle, very practical. The Bentayga S also gets this larger rear spoiler up here on the top. Again, we see the bezels here have been done in a black. Love the sport exhaust system. We have dual exhaust, but then each exhaust has 2 splits right here. So it looks really cool and it sounds incredible, especially in sport mode. They've tuned it for the S model. Sounds really, really good, guys. Opening up the back, lots of space back here. Very roomy, great for road trips. I have taken a Bentayga before on a long road trip. Super comfortable, very spacious vehicle. Now, you can of course lock and unlock from the back. And if obviously it's automatic. So yeah, it's very, very functional, which is again something I love about the Bentayga. And this, I will say, after driving the entire Bentayga range, all of the line, this is my favorite Bentayga. The S is my favorite model because it really can feel that extra rigidity in sport mode, the 15% stiffer body. Love the 22-inch wheels on this model. I like the dark accents. It looks just really nice. And of course, it wouldn't be a Bentley if we didn't have a large, powerful engine under the hood. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna open the hood and tell you guys a little bit about this twin turbocharged V8 under the hood. And it's hand assembled in Crewe in England, as the entire car is. So we're gonna go ahead now, open it up, and let you guys take a look at this incredibly beautiful engine. So obviously you can't see, a whole lot right here though. We have lots to look at. Now, as far as power numbers that this puts out, this is a standard, V8 in the Bentley line. There's really, though, nothing standard about it. It's a 4-liter twin-scroll turbocharged V8, and it develops 542 horsepower and 568 pound-feet of torque, which gets this guy to a 0 to 60 time in 4.4 seconds and brings it on to a top speed of 180 miles per hour. Now, obviously, we're not really going to be able to hit those top speeds here in the States, but if you guys take this guy out to Germany or something like that, then you can go ahead on the Autobahn or one of the Autobahns and really, step on it and get that feeling. But just the sound of this engine, how it feels, the low end torque, it is absolutely incredible to drive and really, really fun. But now we're going to go ahead, take a look at the interior and see what's going on. All right, guys, so now obviously the interior of a Bentley is something very special, not to mention it being fully customizable to whatever you desire. This particular Bentayga, again, it being the S model, we've gone for a sportier, darker theme on the inside, which I really like. But in terms of, the quality, the hand stitching, the finest leathers, it's all done by hand. Look at this, guys, the quality. You just get in this car and you automatically know without even turning anything on, just by looking at it, that it's of such high quality that you literally will not find in any other vehicle. And just the design, especially, I love this design centerpiece up here. We have the Bentley clock, which is a staple item on the interior of the Bentley vehicles. These are the air vent pull knobs, so if you want to close it off, you can push it in. If you want it flowing, you pull it towards you. But this how this piece comes out. It's really nice. It really looks more like jewelry, honestly, than something that you'd find in an automobile. Right here we have the gear selector. You press the B to move the shifter, and then P to park. We have the auto park feature there, so you can identify a spot. We have the camera system here. If we press that, we can look up here. We can see the 3D view. We have the front view. We have the rear view. We have the rear side, and then wide angle stuff there. So plenty of different camera views to make sure that you don't scratch up your beautiful Bentley. And then right here we have the engine start stop button. Cool placement for that. We have the auto stop start right there, on off right there, nice and easy to get to. We have, of course, the engine start stop right here, big front and center. We have the Bentley mode, sport, comfort, and custom. We have traction off, hill descent control. Sport mode really livens up the exhaust, so I really like that mode. But pretty spacious console, and it really feels more driver orientated than some of the other vehicles, just from the feeling of how it is inside. I like how this curvature is higher than that of the passenger. If you look at a lot of old race cars from the 30s, you'll sort of see a shape and design just like this, and this kind of takes after that right here, this shape. I really like it. It is, again, different than that of the passenger side, which, as you guys can see here, it's flatter right here for the passenger. We have Bentayga S right there, badging. And then as you kind of follow this line right here along, you'll see that up here, it is actually a bigger, more dramatic line. So it kind of, again, is a throwback to that old 30s style race car, which I think is really cool. The steering wheel on the Bentley, I love the Bentley steering wheel. It's definitely one of my favorites. The only complaint I do kind of have about it here are this cheaper plastic. It's not really something that fits with the rest of the interior that well. But other than that, love the stitching, the perforated edges, and just how it feels. The thickness of it and the size is just absolutely phenomenal. And then, of course, we have the beautiful Bentley badging here in the center. Now, we do have a fully digital instrument cluster. This is the main look right here that you get. So yeah, it's nice. And then, of course, if we pop it into sport mode, it actually changes so that all of the miles per hour are visible, as well as the tachometer. Whereas if you're in the Bentley mode, it lights up kind of in the gradient gradually as you get to that speed or that level on the tachometer. Once again, then we have these very nice air vents here, which feel really soft to move. It really feels more like a precision mechanical thing that you're turning inside. It feels very nice. Again, we have the lovely door panel, the incredible premium name audio system. Over here, we have actually a night vision option. So at nighttime, we can pick up deer, pedestrians, anything. So that's a nice feature to have. We have the heads-up display right here, control. It's a decent heads-up display. It's very clear. It's not super large, but it's very clear, and it's definitely a nice option to have. So we're going to go ahead now, and we're just going to talk a little bit about this multimedia system here. So I would like to see it respond a little bit faster. It'd be nice to have some updates to it. It does have Android Auto, but it's not wireless. You have to plug in. The sound, though, we'll go ahead and show you some of the different sound settings. Being the name audio system, it has very advanced settings, which I'll show you here. So first, you can adjust the focus. I like it right in the center, which is where it's at. And then the tone is where you can get really specific. You have the active bass, the subwoofer, the bass and treble. Right now we have it in surround sound, so that sounds really good. And we can go ahead here to the media. You can do Bluetooth, any different thing that you want. Of course, we have AM, FM radio as well. Obviously, you're not going to be able to get that really good sound system feeling from just the standard radio. It does obviously offer HD radio, and it can stream in a higher bit rate. But if you really want that high quality, you should really just go right for the this high-end streaming service that is offered by Tidal. So you get that lossless quality, high bitrate audio. It sounds really good. And again, you can see here we have all surround sound. You can have different enhanced different things, but they've already went through it. Name all is going to be that surround sound that you really like, so that's definitely the best one. Or if you want to focus on the rear passengers or front, you can also do that. Again, you can adjust the tone. The active bass is better just because it takes into account the song, and it adjusts the bass dynamically versus just having it up. If you just adjusted it through here, active bass is more advanced system, so that's nice to have. Again, as you can see, response is a little bit slow. I do, it's not terrible, but it is a little bit slow considering, of course, this is a Bentley. This is the highest end vehicle you can buy pretty much. There are better systems out there. Going into the car settings here, we do have some really cool mood lighting, interior lighting that we can choose from. You can light up the footwells, the brightness, a whole different multitude of colors, which is cool at night. Nice to mess around with that. Gives it a nice feeling inside. And yeah, so now we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna take it for a little spin. So this car though really is the driver's SUV. This is the Bentayga S, guys. This is the sporty version. That dynamic exhaust, sounds so good when you get it. You start up in the morning and you just hear it crackle and pop a little bit. It sounds incredible. Putting it into sport mode and letting it rip, oh man, how it just changes those gears. It snaps gears so fast, so quick, and with a loud roar. It really sounds like you're driving like a really aggressive sports car. It's incredible how it sounds, and it's still surprisingly comfortable even on the 22-inch wheels that we're riding on here. Low profile tires, a sportier chassis, 15% more rigid in sport mode. It really is still very comfortable. And again, the steering feel of this vehicle is really good. We'll put it into sport mode here with the flick of the button, and the steering, we tighten everything. You can feel everything tighten up. The exhaust gets a little bit louder. The throttle response is a little bit faster, but you can you hear that exhaust, and then there's just all that around 500. I think it was a 560 pounds of torque. This comes right alive right there. So low in the RPM band. It's incredible. Really, again, a great driver's SUV, and while still being comfortable. And they have done a lot with this vehicle to make it sportier. So we have the dynamic suspension. It's riding on an air suspension, but it can read the road and adjust dynamically to the conditions of the road, and you really can feel that when you're driving. It has active anti-roll features, so it really helps keep the whole entire body of the vehicle stable even when you're hitting those tight curves. Of course, this is still a very large SUV. It's not a sports car, but it really does a good job at handling the weight that it does have in such a way that makes it feel lighter and more nimble than it is. And again, of course, when you have such a giant engine under the hood with basically unlimited power on demand, it really feels nice. And here we go. We're going to hit it a little bit. Oh, there it is. Guys, it sounds so good. It's you got to be careful in this car. You don't want to get in too much trouble. But yeah, guys, this really super great driver's SUV. In terms of cost, it's really relatively affordable for this segment. This pretty much fully loaded Bentayga S model is around $260,000. When you compare to a Cullinan, of course, different styles of vehicle. A Cullinan's larger, not really as sporty. That's going to cost you over $400,000. This competes with the Lamborghini Urus a bit, especially the S model. We're going to be kind of looking at similar price points there, but you really cannot beat the interior of this car, and just leather everywhere, and just how it feels to be driving in it, plus with the heritage of the Bentley name. Well, that's all we have for you guys today. Hopefully you've enjoyed our showcase and review here of the 2022 Bentley Bentayga S, and until next time, I am Kyle from Unboxed Autos.